Well, this is our first time, JP, we're going to do this. You're the inaugural ride-along program. So, you know, this is going to be just a presentation of what we do at the Sheriff's Office. If we get into some stuff, that's good. If not, we'll just have conversations and talk a little bit about what we do at the office. And JP, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, obviously, you and I went to school together and graduated together, state in '88.
Oh yeah.
But JP Feldner, I work for the Cambridge City School District. I'm in my finishing my 30th year there. I've done a little bit of everything from teaching to administration and back to teaching, and lifelong resident of Guernsey County. And you're fulfilling a dream I've had for a long time.
Good, buddy. Yeah, this is good because we want people like you to see what we're doing.
I'm excited.
I'm excited that you're with us. And then in the background, you all don't see, is Steve Schubert. He's the mastermind of all this. Steve, you want to say hi?
Hello.
So we're just going to start this out. We got a well-being check in Kim Bolton. That's where we're going to head out to right now. We get a lot of well-being checks from people, everywhere from the elderly to children. We take these calls very seriously because you don't know what you're going to get into. We've had to bust open doors before to get into victims who have been laying down or, you know, hurt inside a house. So we take every precaution we can to get there, and when we get there, we take every precaution we can to get in the house safely if we need to. It's not a reason to get. It's not a reason to get into the house. It's not for any other reason but to check on that safety of that person and the well-being of a person. So that's where we're going to head now. We got other units already heading that way. We got 2 more units heading that way to Kim Bolton. We'll see what we have going on when we get there. So we're just leaving the sheriff's office, and we're going to be heading that way now.
Turn left onto Jefferson Avenue.
Sheriff, can you put this above your visor? Facing the back like that?
Yeah. Is this audio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just back up.
Okay, sure.
So how do you find out about these best well-being checks? Is this somebody call that in, or?
Yeah. So this is a not a typical call that we get, but it's usually a 911 call or someone who hasn't been able to get a hold of a loved one for, you know, maybe a couple days, maybe a couple hours. So, and this is my turn by turn going off here. So, yeah, so JP, this is kind of not a routine call, and we don't take every call routine, but we get a lot of these. Hold on here. Yeah, so we get a lot of calls that we have to go check this, and you know, I'm the dog warden, and then Deputy Kearns is my assistant dog warden, so we get a lot of well-being checks on animals too. Yeah, we have to check a lot of animals, make sure they have the proper outside structure, chain, you know, they're getting fed and watered fine.
Have these been amped up with the weather lately, or?
Yeah, you know, well, with the power out here just recently, you worry about our elderly folks. We want to make sure that we get to them and we can help them any way we can, and we rely a lot on our fire departments to help us out on that also. We got, you know, 13 fire departments in Guernsey County, so we rely on their assistance a lot.
What's your jurisdiction as far as?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the sheriff has jurisdiction over the whole county. He's the top law. I'm the top law enforcement official of the county. Not that I flex my muscle or anything like that, because, you know, Cambridge can deal with all their stuff. We got enough to deal with. Byesville, State Patrol. We're not going to come in and try to take over what they are good at. So, but we have jurisdiction throughout the whole county as far as answering calls and backing people up. And that's with all sheriffs in Ohio. There's 88 sheriffs in Ohio, and every sheriff is the head jurisdiction over that county. And the 2 main responsibilities of a sheriff is to run a jail and to serve papers for the court. So, yeah, we stay busy.
Yeah.
Stay real busy.
Does, if it's a 911 call, do they determine then who that call goes to, or how?
Yeah, so 911 calls come in. All cell phone calls come into the sheriff's office.
Then turn left onto Steubenville Avenue.
And reason why I'm not going lights and siren to this call, because it's a well-being check. We don't know for sure what's going on as far as, you know, could be someone just not answering the phone.
Right.
So
Sheriff, with that, I just got a message that call's been canceled.
okay.
The patient is actually in the hospital.
Oh, okay, great. So they did do some checking, and the patient, that's great. Our dispatchers did their job. So they checked around a little bit, and we found out the patient's in the hospital. That's why there's no answer at the house.
At the light,
So
turn right
we don't
onto
have to go on this call now.
Good.
Then turn
I'll
right
cancel
onto
this one
Wheeling
out,
Avenue.
so we don't keep on hearing this. So our cruisers are equipped. Mine isn't, but my guys and gals, I should say, the deputies, they're all equipped with
Guernsey, LVL 43.
computers in their cars,
You're clear 2115.
which is a CAD call. They can look at everything on their screen. It's really good technology. It's kind of above my pay grade. I don't deal with that stuff. I got good people to do that. But did I answer your question? I forget.
About when a call comes, 911 call comes
okay.
in, how does it get farmed out?
Okay, so 911 calls, thanks to the taxpayers of Guernsey County, we were able to upgrade our 911 system to the top technology that we're able to afford, which is about everything, isn't it, Steve?
67 Guernsey, but clear from this 13 Meadowbrook basketball.
So
You're clear 2115.
when a 911 call comes in, let me just do something.
Sorry, I'm monitoring radio traffic back here.
You're fine.
We have Carbine, which we were the second in the state of Ohio for Carbine, which allows the dispatchers to actually see what's going on instead of just hear what's on their phone. We can actually see what's going on.
Go ahead.
So that's
33 in Route
we
43.
have the technology at our office.
Oh yeah,
2116.
we have great technology. So all 911 calls go to us, JP. All cell phone 911 calls go to the Guernsey County Sheriff's Office, and then we dispatch the appropriate units or jurisdiction to that call. All county landline calls come to our dispatch center. The only thing that we don't get at this point in time is inside the city. If you have a landline, it will go straight to the Cambridge Police Department.
Okay.
But yeah, this winter has been something else so far.
Well, okay. Speaking of winter, I'm going to bring up the big question.
Okay.
You know, I'm a Facebooker, and I saw it all over Facebook.
Yeah, boy, I had a lot of people hating on me, didn't I?
The different levels. How do you determine that? I mean, I know from the school standpoint, you never make the right decision because half the people think you should be closed, half the people think you should be open.
Right.
And I'm sure it's the same with you. But how do you determine what level we're on, or when to take a level off, that kind of stuff?
Right. Good question. Thanks for asking it. First, I want to say is that I don't get paid by any business, any company, any corporation to not call a level 3. You know why? It's illegal.
Yeah.
I would go to jail.
Yeah.
I'm not going to jail for something like that. That's illegal. I'm not going to do anything like that. So if I can squash the Facebook posts of I get paid, or the county gets paid, or the county officials get paid, no. We are looking after the interests of the people of Guernsey County. Now, level 3 is nothing easy to call.
Yeah.
I check with, now 1s and 2s, I call. But if I go to a level 3, I contact the county officials, road department, highway department. I contact the city, street department. I contact ODOT. I contact some of the townships. I also contact OSP troopers and my deputies, and we all make a decision together. It's not on a whim.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I called a level 3, which in my whole career, we've only called a level 3 one time that I can recall, and it was due to ice, and it only lasted like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
So when I call a level 3, it's because trees down. Ice is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You can't do anything with ice. Snow you can, but ice can't. Causing trees down, flooding and stuff like that. That's why we went to a level 3. you know, will I ever see another level 3 in my career? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's up to Mother Nature, not up to me.
Yeah. Well, that was a heck of a storm.
Oh my goodness sakes! I mean, the
Just
ice
shoveling it was crazy.
Oh yeah, and the ice was unreal. Yeah, and the trees down. That's what was holding all the all the township and the city, not so much the city, but the township and the highway or ODOT. They had to clear so many trees out of the way, and I'm sure they're still clearing them.
Yeah. Well, I was plowing snow blowing my dad's driveway, and the township gentleman stopped. And he said that I think he said 3 straight 16-hour days.
Oh, there's no doubt.
He said, and we're still behind. I mean,
yes. So we were all on a text together when I would text them, and we all, you know, was talking together. Yeah, as much as I hate a cell phone, I love a cell phone for the technology of easily accessing people. But yeah, so how's school life?
school's good. It's
30 years. I can't believe 30 years. I got 28 in right now.
Yeah. Well, I worked a couple summers beforehand, so 30 towards retirement.
Okay.
This is 29 with the Cambridge City Schools. But,
Yes.
But it's good. I mean, COVID's definitely changed us.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it's changed the whole world.
It has.
Has it affected you? I mean, I know it has to affect you, but
Yes.
how has it changed yours?
Well, in the beginning, because no one really knew much about it, is we tried to limit face-to-face calls, and when the nation was on pretty much lockdown, our calls dropped, didn't they, Steve?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Our calls and dispatch dropped tremendously. People were afraid, I think, or of the unknown.
I would say the law enforcement calls dropped, but the medical calls increased.
Okay. Good call. So yeah, so our calls dropped, but like Steve said, medical increased, obviously for obvious reasons. And then we had to come up with, ways to tell our EMT, our volunteer firemen, that they could be possibly going into a COVID situation.
Yeah.
Because they have to suit up, mask up. Back in the early days, we didn't know what was going on with this whole COVID thing. Since it's progressed, I mean, it's not any easier. But my jail was the biggest thing, and my employees. A lot of my employees did get it, but the jail was what I was really worried about. And thanks to the officials, thanks to the judges and the probation officers, we were able to drop my population for the anticipation of something bad happening, which it never did, thank God.
Yeah.
But we still clean like crazy and just disinfect. But it was mostly my manpower that was dropping, and then with the mandatory at that time, 10 days off or something.
Right.
We had a lot of overtime. A lot of guys working a lot of hours, but.
And I think some good things came out of COVID. I mean,
Sure.
We've seen some improvements in the way our processes and our systems, that we didn't know or realize before. So I think some good things came. I mean,
Yep. Yeah, I think.
Didn't enjoy it, but
Right.
if you have to find a silver lining, I guess.
Yeah, and you I guess you prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
A little bit better. But we had a good handle on it. We met with all the officials, and we met with the you don't want to send any. Semi coming. He didn't want to slow down for me, is it? You prepare for the worst, and then the officials, we want to make sure all the volunteer firemen and United, anybody going into houses, even our own people, that we had as much information to tell them as we could. And my dispatch center did a fabulous job. I have 63 employees, dispatchers, jailers, support staff, maintenance. So I got a great staff, and then of course deputies and detectives. Let's see what we got here.
Right. It's going to be on Henry 0 William 6292. Henry 0 William 6292. It's going to be off of Southgate Pioneer.
Go ahead that way in case you need something.
Clear, comes back to it. A 2009 Chevy, dark blue in color. Plates are current. Status is valid, age 34.
Any questions about traffic stops?
Actually, okay, you just said we might go back and help.
Yeah.
How do you geographically, I know Guernsey County is not the largest county, but it's good size.
Oh, it's big,
How
yeah.
do you are in the right place at the right time type stuff? I mean, do people have certain areas they kind of patrol, or how does that work?
We used to do zones, and we used to divide the county up by the highways into 4 zones. But a lot of times, manpower doesn't cover it. So what we do is we just start that way, like what I'm doing right now. I'm going to just start that way. I'm just going to kind of like mosey. If he wants me to step it up, we'll step it up. But 526 square miles of county we have to cover. Yeah, and that's
16 Guernsey, I'll be out with 36.
there's 16's out with him,
You're clear 21.
and that's a lot of county to cover.
Yeah.
But we do our best, and on top of that, on top of covering everything, we got to serve papers for the court. So our guys are really busy.
36 Guernsey, 2.5 LLS.
Go ahead.
So do you typically have
H36 status is valid.
people back other officers up? Or?
Yeah, we try to do that, and we'll try to back. We have other, like, State Patrol backs us up a lot, and we back them up a lot because they're out in the county.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I think they're going to be okay on this. Let's go down this road and see what we can find.
So, how's your job changed in the 28 years? I mean,
Yeah.
I know with schools, there's a overall lack of respect for authority. As a teacher, as an administrator, and I'm sure you see it even worse than we do.
Yes.
But how's your job changed since 1988?
Yeah, actually, I've been going to school since 1988 for it, and I took my academy in 1990. I guess we're dating ourselves, JP,
Yeah.
I think Steve's older than us, though, so we're good. So
I'm coming to grips with it. I know. I'm old. I get it.
Yeah, I am too, and it is what it is. I'm the old guy in the office.
We're going to be 3-5 with warning to white male for moving violation.
That's clear 2126.
So they just cleared it. They just gave a warning. We tried to, but we're not one of those ticket writing happy agencies. So if we can give you a break, we're going to give you a break. So times have changed drastically. Back in 1990, my brother, Don Paden, we took the academy together, and we took it at Zane State. We were actually the first class to take the state test, and there wasn't all the stuff that you have to do now in academies like PT and all that, but we had quite a few things to do. When I started working, I worked auxiliary with Cambridge Police Department for about 2.5 years. Rode with some great people. Kevin Love, Randy LePage, Vic Lano, several others that I rode with there, and I learned a lot from those guys. But the thing back then was there was a lot more respect. Even when I started with the sheriff's office in 1994, there was a lot more respect. Now, I can't say there's not. I love living in a small community. Guernsey County is awesome,
Right.
and there's still respect for us. My brother he worked at Washington County, which is Marietta, then he went to Columbus. He's been in Columbus for the last 25 years, working there as a patrolman, and the respect's totally different. I mean, when we go down the road, we see people, they still wave to us, we wave to them. I used to ride with him a little bit here and there, and people just don't wave to them. I mean, it's just such a fast-paced world, and I wanted to stay in my slower Guernsey County. Now, our crime is, we get big crime like unfortunately, like Columbus. We just don't get it in the volumes they do.
Right. And I think you're exactly right. I mean, that's one of the reasons I chose to stay here. I wanted to raise my kids in a community such as Cambridge or even Guernsey County.
Yeah, sure.
Because a lot of the people. And,
yes. And you want to give back.
90%, 95%, 99% are great people.
Oh, yes, exactly. I would say 99%. You're right.
And it seems like, and this is just an outside observation, maybe I'm wrong, but
sure,
a lot of the trouble or the crime comes from people outside of our community that have moved in or here just short term, or
Well, and
is that correct, or is that?
Yeah, you're right on some of it, and we have some of our crime that's local bred and still stay here. But you're right, because the drugs.
Yeah.
The drugs, from when I started, the big drug that we had to go find was marijuana. And you had some heroin and some crack, but 9 times out of 10, like, we used to do a lot of flyovers looking for marijuana. That was the big thing in alcohol. I mean, people drive drunk a lot. We used to have a lot of bars in Guernsey County, and now we don't have hardly any bars. We're kind of like a dry county. But it went from that to where we're at now with the heroin, the meth. It's the supply and demand, and what happens is these guys from New York, Chicago, and we have them here, all the big cities, they come here and they look for people to prey on, really, to exploit, and then they find that person, make friends with them, move in with them or whatnot, and then they start selling their product here. And that's what we don't like. If I can, I'll arrest every druggie we can, but it's not feasible. But we're going to do our part.
I've always heard the rumor, well, it's because we're on the interstates and it's easy access. Is there some truth to that?
There is absolutely some truth to that. And with all the hotels, and look, all these trees that were down at one time, all the hotels we have, and which is a great thing to have, but it's just we get a lot of people selling out of hotels because they're traveling the interstates, and hook up with the locals here, and that's how they do it.
How do you typically, like, I know there was a raid the other night. How do you typically find out? Is that like a tip, or is that normally how you find out about that kind of stuff?
Yep. If you watch Cops and all that stuff, we do the same thing. We will find someone, develop them into an informant who has a drug on them or a drug charge, and then we're going to send it to grand jury or work with them on it, and we use them to facilitate the buying of drugs, and then we set up stings, and that's how we get into homes, and that's how we get into hotels. And what I really like is our canine program. We have 4 canines right now, and they are such an asset to our sheriff's office, because we can't smell the drugs, but boy, if they smell them, we can get in that car. And they are an asset to our community and an asset to us at the sheriff's office.
Does that give you, if they hit on it, that gives you the right to search?
Yep, the probable cause to get into the car, and that gives us the right to search for the scent. Now we have 2 newer dogs, and they are not trained in the odor of marijuana anymore, because of the marijuana going to legalization
with the medical and
all that. Yeah, so we don't. 2 of our canines are not trained on detection of marijuana, but they are on the other drugs. So we're on Reservoir Road, if you don't know where we're at.
Yep. Done some fishing here before.
Oh yeah. Not too long ago, there's a deer out on the ice. Matter of fact, there's another deer.
Took a couple of them.
Yep. So you see our push bumpers we have on our cars?
Yeah.
Right? It's not necessary to do a pit maneuver or to ram people. It's for deer.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, for Guernsey County, man, you got to have something in the front of your car. If not, I'll be paying a lot of deer damage. So everything going good with your family?
Yeah, doing really well. Jake moved back. And
did he?
Graduated from Mount Union.
Yeah.
He's working for de-escalation.
That's right. Yeah.
He worked there in the summers, and then they wanted to keep him, so he's like the marketing director there for the classic.
See, he come back, right?
Yep, came back.
He's a good boy too. I'm glad he came back.
Sydney's got she and Steve's daughter were the same age. They're juniors. She'll graduate next year with an occupational therapy assistant.
Wow, she coming back?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. She likes it here. Owen's the youngest. He's a junior. Just had shoulder surgery. So
did he?
From football.
Oh boy. Did it go well?
Yeah, it went real well. So we go Friday, and then hopefully he'll be ready for track, because that was his big goal. Was he wanted to make sure and get it done and get it so he's cleared to run for track again.
Right. And he's a heck of an athlete, isn't he?
He holds his own. They went to the regionals last year. I think he was hoping for a repeat trip. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what's his events? I forget.
He runs the 100.
Where'd he get his speed at, JP?
Well, you know it's not for me.
I know, my gosh, dang. Yeah, that's great.
But,
100, what else?
100 to 200, and he runs several different relays. The
Right.
4x1, 4x2,
Yeah.
4x4. They throw him in a lot of different things.
Oh,
so
yeah.
but he loves it. I don't know where he gets it because it's neither his mother. Maybe it skips a generation. It's my dad or something. I don't know.
Hey, it's
Guernsey.
your genes.
I'll be out with the mail here, the occasional road,
Huh.
still near the storage units.
Yeah, so we'll head to that.
You're clear 2134.
How about yours?
Everybody's good.
Good?
Yeah. Derek's volunteering at the hospital,
Good.
and he comes down to the sheriff's office some and works there. And then Justin's going to heavy equipment operator school.
Oh, is it really?
Yes,
Good for
over
him.
at. I'm gonna go down this way. This is where he should be at.
How's your or what's it like? What's his goal to stay around here? Or
Yeah, well, yeah, he wants to do heavy equipment operating around here.
Good.
I think he's kind of a homebody, so.
That's how it is. I'm not sure what he wants to do. He's not sure what he wants to do yet. He's got a few things in mind, but he's just.
Yeah.
I told him, I'm 51. I'm still not sure if I know what I want to do.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think where he's at, Steve.
It's going to be 277.
You talk to the old gang much at all, or Mike, or?
He's over by his wedding. Yeah. So, I talked to Mike. We just kind of had a
Stand by.
kind of a quasi reunion. Remember at the football game when
Yeah,
they?
the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I was pretty pumped when Aaron asked me to MC that a little bit. Cause
Oh,
it
yeah,
was just
you-
neat to see you guys
Yes,
together.
that was-
everybody together again, and just
Yeah, that was great.
brought back some great old memories.
And you doing Chappie's work, man. That's awesome because you were there during the Chappie era
Yep.
with announcing, and
Negative 15.
you do a good job, JP.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sounds like he's gonna clear from him. And you're gonna see on here, I'm not staying in between the lines, but when you're trying to get somewhere,
Yeah.
there's nothing, no traffic coming. But yeah, everybody's doing good, man.
Sounds good. 16. I'm going to be clearing here. Come.
So is Donnie still patrol?
Yes,
Is he?
yes, he's on.
I didn't
And
know how much longer he had.
he has 30 in.
Does he?
Yep. He's doing what's called a drop program.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I know. I have a friend that did that.
Yep. So he'll do that for another.
36 Guernsey.
Go ahead.
He can do it up to 8 years.
Has he liked
I'll
it?
be 35. That mail advice. He was walking into my facility to get something to eat.
You're clear 2137.
Now people might say, well, why are you stopping somebody like that? Well, first of all, we don't know if they just, first of all, the well-being,
Right.
why you're walking out in the rain. I mean, it's okay, but, and we don't know what else might have occurred, why he's walking away from something.
Come and get.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure you had to be cautious back when you started, but
Yes.
you have to be even more cautious. I mean, and even like touching things that might have that fentanyl and that kind of stuff. I mean,
yes.
you probably have to be just really.
Yes, so we carry Narcan on our belts, and I carry Narcan in here. It's in my console right now. Narcan is for not only us, if we would touch it and go down, our canines, but also if we respond to a first aid call where somebody's overdosing, we can use our Narcan to help bring them back.
A lot of times, you guys are the first responders.
Yeah,
right?
a lot of times we are, and you know, there's a shortage right now of squads, EMTs and paramedics. So a lot of us, Dr. Sarap's group bought us some AEDs, and then we bought some too, because we're a lot of times we're first responders to a scene, and we want to be able to help and do as much as we can. So we'll take our AED if need be and help resuscitate if need be. All of my whole staff's first aid trained and CPR trained. But get back to old days. So the old days, I carried a wheel gun back in the old days, which is a revolver. Now everybody carries semi-automatics. And then the only thing we had pretty much is mace and our guns and stuff like that. I mean, I've been in my share of scuffles and stuff like that, but it's called the gift of gab. If you treat people the way they treat you, a lot of times, unless they're intoxicated, you're going to get the respect back. So that's a big old pothole. So what we try to do at the sheriff's office is don't go in heavy-handed. Try to talk, see what we can do to resolve situations, and then go from there. And that's been the same since Peanut hired me to all the way to where I'm at right now. Peanut was my first boss.
Yeah. So that's de-escalation, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
De-escalation.
We use that
tactics.
same technique in the schools, actually.
Yeah, because you guys can no longer paddle or anything like that. I had my first whack back in 3rd grade, and I tell you right now, I didn't want another one because it didn't hurt. It embarrassed me.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be embarrassed. And guess who whacked me?
I'm trying to think.
Third
Art
grade.
Clemenson.
Oh, you're close. He was my principal. But it was, I think Jennifer Knapp's dad was my principal then.
John.
Maybe. But Mr. Spizak.
Oh, yeah.
So if Mr. Spizak listens to this at all, it hurt. No, it didn't. I learned my lesson, sir, and I didn't get another one.
And you turned out pretty darn
And
good.
I turned out good, yeah.
Exactly.
I think. See that's that big plant. We'll go by that.
The
power plant.
new power plant.
Yeah. Now, JP, we could have action all night long, or it can be dead all night long.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
So,
actually, you pray for dead. So,
yeah.
So it's just less things happen.
Yeah, we pray for mellow. Yeah,
Yep.
mellow
I
out.
guess pray for dead isn't a good thing.
No, I get what you're saying. But no, I mean, things have changed in our county. The things that really have changed is that I think we still have, I think the county trusts us still, but a lot of people are, law enforcement, a lot of things have happened in law enforcement. The 1%ers, if you would, that have hurt all law enforcement.
Yeah.
And now we have to have our body cams on and car cameras on, and which is okay with me, because guess what? If we're not going to do anything wrong,
Then why does it matter?
why does it matter? Yeah, so you record it.
Yep.
And because I know this, we're getting recorded
Right.
everywhere we go.
Yep.
I have a great educated staff, and they're really good people.
Okay, so talking about your staff a little bit, I know Sam Williams, because his son and Owen are good friends.
Yes.
So I know he's a detective. So you have a detective bureau.
Yeah.
And then, what? Don't you have rankings?
Yes, we do.
How's that fall in?
Okay, so my second in command is Major Jeremy Wilkinson.
Okay.
He's my right-hand man, and then it goes from then we have lieutenants, sergeants, and then road deputies, and then in jail we have a corporal on every shift, and then corrections officers, and then my lieutenant runs I got a lieutenant, Stoney. He runs the jail. But Sam Williams is my lieutenant for the detectives, and then I have a sergeant, and then I got a drug unit that Sam's over also.
So how do people typically come into, let's say there's young people listening that want to become law enforcement, sheriff? How do they get involved, and then where's the entry level?
Well, right now you can, the vocational school still has it to where you can, your junior and senior year, if you're really serious about getting into law enforcement, you can go there in Muskingum Perry, right? So it's called. But I went to Zane State, and then I got my bachelor's degree from OU of Zanesville. But let me tell you, degrees are nice, but common sense is everything.
Yeah.
You got to have common sense for this job. Just because a person has a degree doesn't make them a better cop than a guy who has no degree and has common sense and worldly smarts.
Yeah.
I worked with a bunch of great guys when I was coming, up through the sheriff's office, and they were worldly smart with common sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're interested, give us a call. We'll help you.
And then do they come in usually as a road deputy, or do they start as a jailer, or how does that? Or is there a track?
Well, it goes in different ways. When I was hired back in the 90s, most of your deputies came out of the jail. So I was hired in the jail. I worked 2 years and a month in the jail, which is very valuable experience because you get to learn the system, you get to learn the faces, get to learn the ins and outs on how to treat people. So it varies. You know, a lot of my guys I have now have not came from the jail. The supply and demand's huge right now for deputies and corrections officers.
I was wondering, are you guys feeling that same burden everybody else is?
Oh yeah, really, and I don't blame people for not wanting to get into this profession.
Yeah,
it's a profession where they don't like you until they need you.
Right.
A lot of times, and you can't do anything right. Now, that's not the majority.
Right. No,
that's the minority.
But the squeaky wheels get.
Oh my goodness sakes! Yeah, I mean, and please, if anybody's listening to this, and if this makes the cut, Shub, don't believe everything you hear on Facebook. If you have a question, call me. I'll tell you the truth. I'm not going to hide anything from you. I do not get paid by businesses to not call level 3. We are not corrupt because it's a big plant.
That's crazy.
Isn't it big? It's crazy.
I've seen it from the interstate, but I've not been back there.
Yeah. So, I mean, always call. Instead of posting a rumor or posting something on social media, give me a call. And if I can't answer it, I'll find the answer for you. I'm sure that's the way you guys feel too at your school.
Definitely. Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I know perception's reality, but there's a lot of misperception or misconception out there that people need. Yeah. That, and you know, at least from my end, I've never seen us try to hide anything.
No.
We'd want to be as transparent as possible and just do what's right by the community and our students.
Yes, exactly. And you know, the kids are the most important thing we have.
Yep.
And we got to make sure we're there for them.
Well, it was interesting because my question about what the process is to become a law enforcement official is because I'm always wanting to talk to my kids about their futures and what routes they can take, and you know, I'm a big proponent of you don't have to go to college. Not that I'm saying college is bad.
No, I'm right with you.
And with some professions, you're going to have to go to college.
Sure,
but
we need trades.
There's a lot. Oh, I mean, you
people.
could make great money and be very well respected, but you don't have to go to a 4-year college. I mean, a 4-year college is expensive. And it's very expensive if you don't really know what you want to do and you kind of go into something and
just
then
because
you decide you don't like it. And,
because it's expected.
Yeah.
But I tell you right now, my father-in-law and my brother-in-law didn't go to college, and they make a lot more money than I do.
Exactly. No, exactly. And we've been having this conversation with our youngest, just to, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's not to go to college, but if you're not sure, or if you want to do something that doesn't require a degree, it's crazy to go out there and spend
16 Guernsey.
Right, I agree.
$40,000 a year.
Oh my! And then you come out with all that debt.
Yeah. And it's hard. Life's hard enough without all that extra.
John Zebra.
Got that right.
5756. John Zebra. 5756.
Pretty muddy here. Hey, this is one of the best things for Guernsey County.
P94 truck maroon and colored plates are valid. She is valid age 25.
I don't care what anybody says. Cambridge and Guernsey County is still a great place.
Yep.
We have our issues, but so does everyone else.
Yes. And you know, all of our schools are doing well.
Yep.
Buckeye Trail, Meadowbrook Vocational School.
Yep.
People support our schools. Teaching's not an easy job.
No, it's not.
I got a lot of friends who are teachers.
It's very rewarding, though.
Yes.
You know, the kids, and one of my biggest, and it happened to you too, is that somebody I had years ago and comes up and remembers you.
Oh, yes.
They don't remember what I taught them on, you know, December 2nd. They remember how I treated them.
How you impacted their life.
Yeah. And that's the thing that just makes you smile. Yeah, it really does. It makes it worthwhile, especially on those days where you're like, why the heck am I doing this stuff?
Yeah, I know. And
we all have those days.
Yeah, we all have those days. I mean, even at this job, I'm like, man, you know, some days I'm like, why did I want to be a sheriff? The sheriff.
Yeah.
Okay. But then again, I'm like, I know why. you know, and it all works out in the end. But yeah, like coaching, I coached and I still coach. I still coach a Challenger team, which is a very rewarding thing. That
Awesome thing, yes. There's a great piece about Guernsey County, you know, that people don't know about or may not know about, is how much you give back. I think, and let's talk about that a little bit. What kind of community, not even expectations, but duties do you have that I'm sure people don't know about? And you know, you don't have to go, but you feel like that's part of your job.
Right. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
This camera's not showing red. Does that mean anything?
The one on your left?
Yeah.
That one probably died, but I'm not even worried about the main one.
Okay.
That one on your left was just to catch you at the beginning.
Sure. Okay. You just keep an eye on it, Steve. So you're talking about volunteering and stuff. I think it's our responsibility as people to volunteer for your community, to give back to your community that's given so much to you. I try to instill that in my staff to volunteer. Not everything. Oops, blaming that guy. Not everything needs to have a paycheck behind it.
Right.
So I try to lead by example on that. And you know, we started. Kevin Ritz and I started a Challenger baseball team a while back. Oh, geez, 12 years now, probably.
67, Guernsey.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be at my 4-3.
2150.
So the Challenger team is for mental and physical handicapped kids, and we've had a lot of kids come through that program that wouldn't have had the opportunity to play ball, and we just have a good time. And the biggest thing that they like is they like to wear the uniform and just be someone that they look at as far as to be a normal person,
right,
normal kid like everybody else. And we do that, and Cambridge Little League has been fabulous with that. We take any kid from a surrounding county, ages from 5 to 18. We won't turn down anybody, even if they're a couple counties away. But if they want to come out and play baseball, just like all the other kids do, and then just contact Cambridge Little League, man, and that's what we do.
I know when I was on the Little League board, that's a blessing, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's so neat to go out and watch too. These
kids really love it.
Yep. And I think they have football too now.
Yep, they have football. I was part of that for a little bit. My son is in a wheelchair. He's was born with spina bifida, and we were trying to find some place he wanted to play baseball, and there was nowhere local to do it. So we were traveling to Pickerington 2 days a week for him to play baseball, and then we decided to Kevin Ritz said, hey, why don't we bring it here? So we formed our own league, and then all the people from Cambridge, surrounding counties, whole county,
930.
supported it 100%. We have had a lot of donations.
Just going on 77.
Yeah, so it's a good thing.
If you haven't watched one of those ball games,
Yeah,
you need to go out and watch. I mean, I know you have. I mean, but I'm talking to people listening. If they haven't seen one, it is something to see.
Well, Shuby, you did a video for us.
Oh yeah, was that 2006 maybe?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was a great video. You'd have to post that again someday, Steve. That was awesome.
In fact, I found that video a couple of months ago. I still have a copy.
Do you?
Yep.
Do you want to do anything, Steve, with these cameras? You good?
Go ahead and stop at Duke.
Yep. You guys want to go and get a drink?
Yeah, I can't perceive.
Oh, yeah, don't forget to let me out.
No, you stay.
No, you're stuck. Sorry.
So we're just, I like to go into these cemeteries because they are closed. And just check them out, make sure everything's okay. Look at all these trees down in here.
I know, and being in town, I saw like the park. I'm on the park board. We have some things down, but nothing like I've seen like out Reservoir Road or up
right.
Here. That's crazy. But Jake's girlfriend was moved down.
Yeah.
And she's from up by
look at all the deer.
Yeah. She's from up in Cuyahoga Falls area, and she was amazed we were getting these snow days off because she's working at a preschool.
Yeah.
And Jake took her out to some of the roads the buses have to travel, and she figured out real quick why.
Yep.
We were
Our back roads, I mean, even though we could come off a level 3 and stuff like that for the main roads, our back roads were still terrible.
and I feel bad because a lot of those plow drivers and stuff were getting flack, but they were doing their best. They were out working. It was just a weird snow. I mean,
well, when it laid down that ice first,
yeah, it was almost like concrete underneath.
You know, this helps, you know, vandalism and stuff like that on these cemeteries.
Oh, it's nice that you guys do this.
And I got this thing on my cruiser here that's new. It's called a scene. See how it lights it up?
Oh wow, yeah, it does. That helps you so you're at a scene.
Yeah, exactly. Scene lights.
So you patrol mostly county and township roads.
Yes.
Lead the highways to the highway patrol and the cities to the police or the villages.
And we help Biswell out. They don't have people on 24/7. So
no, they.
So we'll take calls and help them out when they're not there. Yep, got a lot of area to cover. I like
9:30.
to go out in the county a lot where
Okay.
where they might not see us a lot out in the county.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a high temp, Nora 16-1875, Nora 16-1875.
You know, I can tell the county residents this, that even though you might not see a cruiser,
Guernsey 36 checkup.
one has went by at some point in time.
Okay, Guernsey.
You're clear.
The average cruiser racks up about 25,000 miles a year.
Oh really?
Yeah.
1547's in eastbound.
Nice. Each road officer have their own cruiser? Or
Yeah, everybody has a take-home car because you can respond right from your house.
Okay.
Or if there's something going on, and you can get in it and go take care of it.
How many road deputies do you have?
We have 5 a shift, a sergeant and 4 deputies a shift. I have 5 detectives. That includes my drug unit. I have 3 school resource officers. I got 2 part-time bail or court security guys. And then I got the major and myself. And
how long's a shift for them? For the
8-hour shifts.
8 hour.
Yep. We've tried different 10s and 12s, and we found out that 8 hours is the best. Because we don't have enough guys, really.
Yeah.
With warning for vehicle malfunction and also for registration. Rick?
Go ahead.
The driver advised he just recently renewed the registration. Doesn't believe the system's been updated quite yet.
You're clear.
Do you have a lot of veteran officers?
Yeah, you know, I was just going to say that. We have a young staff.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, Jim is my jail administrator. He was on the road with me. He was my sergeant on the road. He has, I think, the most tenure at the office. and as far as road units go, and then it's me, and this goes on down from there. But we got some good young kids. I call them kids because hell, they're as old as my boys or younger. Just want them. I just tell them, you know, be safe and don't have the John Wayne syndrome. If you feel like something's wrong, back out. We're not going to call you a coward until you get back up, and then go in.
How about like working with other counties?
Oh yeah, we work closely with other counties. So
I know it's like a Jurassic. You got people from all over.
That's where they're at for a tow truck. They have 8 rounds.
So the Buckeye, it's called the Buckeye State Sheriff's Association, that we're a member of. All 88 counties are a member of it, and we share resources. You'll see that all the cars in Ohio are marked the same. All sheriff's office cars. We wear primarily the same uniform, but we also use each other's resources. And like for instance, Muskingum County had that fire next to their jail, where we're still housing 22 of their inmates for them, 24 of their inmates, because they had about 160 inmates they had to relocate.
Okay.
Yeah. So we help each other out as much as we can. If I don't have a piece of equipment and they do, we'll borrow it, and they'll borrow stuff from me. Yeah, we're just like one big office. And here, patrolling around here, we had some stuff happening here at Dunning's not too long ago.
John told me.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to catch somebody messing with a car.
Yeah. It's hot right now. The catalytic converter
Boy,
issue.
I'm telling you.
$36 Guernsey.
Go ahead.
Now we have the Marathon Station on Washington for Signal 85.
2220.
Not only do I like checking his place out, I like looking at the new vehicles.
Yeah, exactly. Dreaming, huh?
Yeah, dreaming. So these guys just, and it's happening everywhere. It's a theft ring. They're breaking into places and stealing cars.
It's just
Young kids.
amazing.
Units, just be advised, I have Bisel EMS towed out before.
They route to it, I wonder.
$36 copy. 16 copy.
Most sheriffs pretty non-territorial as far as that goes.
Sheriffs?
Helping out, yeah.
Yeah, so we treat each other with respect. So if we go into another county, we'll tell that sheriff or ask that sheriff for permission to, if we have to go make an arrest, or can you have a unit go with us? So it's common courtesy when you're into another county's jurisdiction. Somebody text you by any chance?
No, just basketball phones.
903.
121.
Okay.
So like pulling off Jurassic with all the manpower needed for you almost have to go to other counties.
Yes,
right?
we do.
Because we'd be left with nobody in the county.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So we go Noble County, Muskingum County, any county that that we need to fill positions. That's how we do it, and they're deputized. Even though they're deputies, I just got to make sure that they're on. We cover them. Yeah, because we have 30 some, 40 there at a time.
Yeah.
At a shift. Did they send you that call, Steve, by any chance?
No, Adrian's
You texting her?
Yeah.
It's not real busy tonight, JP.
That's all right. It's just neat to be with you and talking. We live in the same town. We don't get to hang out.
I know we don't.
It's busy. How's Dwayne doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, he's doing real well.
Every once in a while, he'll go to dinner with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said he still has that itch that he wants to maybe move.
He sure does. He talks to me about it a lot. Well, not a lot, but every time I see him.
Yeah.
You staying? He goes, I don't know.
I get it. He's young. He has no
Right.
real time.
No, he doesn't.
Tying him down.
Right.
I like working with him. He's a good guy.
Right. Yeah, I got, well, you know, I got 2 stepbrothers, a half brother, and a full brother. You know what I really miss for Cambridge schools and really all schools is the band.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys were so awesome, man, and I was so proud when you see 100 guys and gals marching into the stadium. You guys had about 100, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And you guys were so good.
Yep. Times have changed.
Man,
you know, and,
they have.
and it's not just Cambridge. It's
everywhere.
It's just hard. You know, kids have commitments now as far as working, or some of them just don't want to get off the video games. I mean, it's just
video games.
Times have changed.
And
I mean, they're good. They're good. They just don't have. They have good sound, but they
their numbers
they
are
don't
just
have the numbers.
No,
Yes.
I think, but I think our numbers suffer in all areas. Not sports, band, choir, drama, whatever
Right.
it is. I
Yeah.
think all the extracurriculars it's just a different time.
yeah, I tell you, Mom used to tell me get outside and go play, and
Well, that's what you did.
you know you came in at.
When they flipped my outdoor lights, then I
Yes,
knew.
exactly, and I knew when the street lights kicked on, I better have my butt home.
Yep.
In my neighborhood.
Well, we even
John Edward Queen 7828. John Edward Queen 7828.
we even talk about that with our own kids. Just to,
2018 Ram truck, gray in color, plate to correct. Status is valid H3050.
I pretty much ran Cambridge. I mean, we went all over the place.
Oh, we did.
And now you got to be so cautious and
Yes.
careful, and you don't know what people are going to do. And
Yeah, that's fact.
the whole trafficking things.
Yes.
I mean,
oh yeah. Different era.
yeah,
I wish the kids now could live in the days I grew up in.
yeah, exactly. And thank God we didn't have cell phones back then. 'Cause
Oh, I know.
I didn't want anybody recording the stuff that we did.
No.
Stupid stuff we did.
I know.
Not
We
that it was
weren't
harmful, but it was-
harmless, but
it was just still. It's
yeah,
just,
mischievous.
Yeah, just ornery.
Yeah. I know.
A neat project that I donated to is the memorial for the canine. That was a cool idea.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah.
You got a stone then? Or?
Yeah, we do have a stone. Yep.
Yep. I donated too. Also.
I think what a cool
Yes.
thing for talking about today's youth. I mean, everybody talks negative, but
Yep.
there's what a positive thing that was.
Yeah. Damn it.
Yep.
Yeah. You did good.
That stuff's out there. It just doesn't get the press.
No.
All the nasty
No.
crap gets the press.
Well, like they say, that sells papers.
Yep. We talk about that at schools all the time. There's hundreds of great things going on in
Yes.
schools, kids doing great things, but that's never what
No.
makes the news.
No, and you miss that about our newspaper as far as what it used to do, and
Yeah.
the radio does some.
Well, and once again, times have just changed.
Right.
It's hard to have local papers or just
Oh, I know. Everything's
actually
internet.
print media is just pretty much
Yes.
dying away. I'm guilty of it. I mean,
Yep.
I get my news on the internet.
Yep.
Or the,
You surf your phone or whatnot. My bad. I'm right. Come out more at night. So all we're doing tonight, I mean, I'm patrolling areas that I'm thinking that there, could be some issues.
yeah.
And just so people know we're out in the county. And then you look for cars that go by you for PC, probable cause to pull them over.
Speaking of there.
Cars, I'll turn around on that one. Oh boy, got an engine up, or hood up.
Yeah.
Alright, give me. Henry, make it John.
Wanderings.
Go ahead.
Be out with the disabled. Be 2nd Avenue and Boswell Road. George Zebra David, 1566. George Zebra David, 1566.
Comes back. 2007 Toyota, silver in color, plates are current. Status is valid, age 58.
Clear. Hello.
Just FYI, 1820 advisor, get the prison tonight.
Okay. Guernsey 1, check it.
One Guernsey. Oil and brake.
Go ahead.
Actually gonna be a you're clear. I'm going to try to get my jump box out, help her start her car. She has someone coming.
Yeah, clear.
16-1. Can you re-advise your location? I also have a jump box if you need it.
He's on 2nd Avenue.
Clear.
Let me out when you come by, I'll help you.
Emergency traffic stop.
89.
George Mary 100 block of North 10.
Yes, sir.
In the alley behind DTA.
Yes, sir.
She wasn't in park.
What that? What?
She wasn't in park.
Did you get her started? Did you get it started?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Somebody else was trying to jump her, but she wasn't in park, and that's why I didn't start.
Did you hear a traffic stop behind DTA?
Who?
Us, it sounded like. 100 block of North 10th, he said the alley behind DTA.
One Guernsey. And probably 33 were able to get the car started. The driver is going to be coming back to get it.
You're clear 2253.
36 copy.
Such a good Samaritan.
That's what we do.
I know. That's a move.
16 copy.
She's got a driver coming. She's not valid, so she can't drive.
Did you wait for the driver?
No, she's fine. He's just right up the road here.
Did he leave or was she?
Yep. I don't know if he's going to go get something or what, but I told her stay right there until he gets back. She can't drive. So let's hope she listens.
I told Jeff somebody came across that they were pulling traffic behind DTA.
Oh, really?
That was going to be Cambridge.
Oh, do you get Cambridge on there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that's right.
Oh, we'll back him up. Even if they don't ask it, we'll just head that way. It's better to head that way sometimes.
Just in case.
Yeah.
27 guys, I'll be 33.
It's wet out there.
You're clear 2253.
I should put my raincoat on. So that's why you get into this job. I mean, you got to arrest a bad guy, but you want to help people also.
Yeah, protect and serve.
Yep. Yep.
That's protecting.
Yes. had a big dog in there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Glad it was friendly.
2255.
Thanks for your help there, Steve.
How many people work in your dispatch or your call?
So we have a minimum of 2. The thing with our dispatch center is, again, that was with the levy that was passed that was able to hire people. Ideally, obviously, you'd like to have 3, but we're fortunate to have 2. But if one calls off, overtime. Yeah. So
people don't think about that stuff, do they? I mean, the tax.
right. Yeah. And then, you know, our jail, that's another thing that, you know, we hold 66 people in our jail, and we're always about 110, 120. And it's just not as easy as hiring people, because we can't. And it's not as easy as building on, because it takes money. And people are just levied out, man, and taxed out.
And I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
3335.
especially as prices are rising.
Yes, on everything. You can ask and ask, but I mean, when do you finally say, man, we can't put it on people anymore? And that's the struggles. I mean, we've applied for grants to add on to the jail. The commissioners have just recently applied for one. We're trying to get about $4.5 million to add on. But then you got staff too. Then you got staffing costs. So I'll have to come up with a way to, you know, just maybe sell about 10 beds. When I say sell, all the jails in Ohio are crowded.
Yeah.
So we can rent 10 beds out to a facility. And the need for female beds is outrageous.
How's ours? Co-ed or?
Yep. Well, you got I had room enough for 12 females in our jail. I've had up to 40 females at one time.
Wow.
So I've had to convert the indoor recreation center into a female dorm.
You cannot house juveniles though, right?
Nope, cannot house juveniles.
I didn't think so. I knew that used to be the way it was. I didn't think it would change.
Right. Our juvenile court, juvenile judge, Bennett, he does that as far as I think Sargus and a couple other places that they have. They rent beds. So she didn't have it in park, huh, Steve?
No, she had it in drive.
Oh boy, that's why the guy who came to try to jump him couldn't get it jumped.
So other than traffic, or drugs, one of our biggest, or your biggest?
Drugs is the biggest.
Is?
Yes.
Even over traffic?
Yes. Drugs, fuel, everything. I would say 98% of the people in jail is because of drugs or alcohol.
How do you keep up with that? I mean, because they change the new flavor of the month.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
And every time you find a way to.
Yep. Our guys.
Neighbors start me a case, parking enforcement, 100 block, North 10th.
You want this down?
Signal 7, Henry
guy's
Frank
hot.
Young.
Oh, sorry.
71.
Hi, Jordan.
Yeah.
Frank Young.
How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Oh, they got him down here?
What was that? I didn't even know.
Oh, I thought it was drugs.
Oh, they did a parking complaint on him. So yeah, oh, he's doing a parking complaint right there.
Oh, man. I didn't even realize that car was backwards.
Right.
Wait, parking light. Don't forget me one.
We won't, brother. We won't.
You guys being safe out there tonight?
Yeah, we just came. We heard them and they were back here with something, so we came this way.
Yeah. Might as well. But
Yeah.
all right, hey, you guys be safe.
See you, brother.
See you,
You
man.
be safe. It's Jordan. He's one of their bouncers.
So do you have a K9 working every shift, or is it?
Yes, every shift we have a K9. What? You're not allowed to park backwards?
No. I came down there to see what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I plugged one.
Wait a minute. This guy's going the wrong way. Doing all right?
Yeah, how about yourself?
Yeah, good.
What's wrong with your car earlier?
Huh?
Seen you working on your car earlier.
Oh, my radio stays. Is something wrong with my radio? I can hear sound. It won't shut off. I can't key on it or anything. So I was going to take the power off the battery, see if I could reset it, but I couldn't get to it. So we just called the radio guy. Besides these new cars, man, I don't want to try anything.
Yeah, not with all the electronics in it.
No. All right, bro. You be safe.
You too, we'll see you.
See ya.
Okay, so I know our west we go to just short of John Glenn, right, in Guernsey County. East, how we go past Quaker City.
Oh my, yeah. 198 Fairview.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then north, like where Gunner's parents live.
Yep.
right?
66 mile marker is about where we go.
And then south, how far?
South is to the rest area, past Buffalo.
Okay.
Yep. What?
Go towards Bisbee.
Okay.
Does GPS help that as far as like
Yeah, I tell you. So
for new people that
Oh, my
aren't
God.
from around here? And
So what we do when we train them, because I started out with a map, that's all I had.
yeah, oh yeah.
I had to use a map. So we train these guys to use a map. Even though they have all the latest and greatest technology as far as GPS and routing and all that good stuff. What about if all that goes down?
Right. No, yeah.
Yeah, so they all have a map in the car. I still use a map. It's kind of hard to get away from the old school stuff. And I told them, said, don't be embarrassed if you don't know how to use a map. We'll teach you. It's not something that's commonly used.
No, exactly. I know it's too warm, but let's say that it's started getting cold. Do you guys radio into like ODOT or the city or county and say, hey, roads are getting slick? Or,
Yep. So I send my guys out. The sergeants can call a level 1. After that, I have to call level 2 and level 3.
but do they communicate with like?
They will.
16 grand.
It's pretty simple though for a level 1. That we really don't have
I'll
to.
be 3743.
We really don't have to communicate a lot with ODOT and whatnot. But the 2s and 3s, yes. The 3s especially.
Yeah.
With the city and ODOT.
27 Guernsey truck shop.
I'm just not going to take a stab in the dark on that, you know.
Yeah.
Henry Norris, 9881. Henry Norris, 9881. In front of the MRTV building.
So this is one of our K9 units.
2007 Hyundai had a white and color plates are current.
We'll try
Status
to
is valid H55.
try to get there a little quicker. This would be Deputy Harder. He has K9 Ace.
15.
And you know the thing about running fast and running hot, you can't just blow through lights and stuff like that. You gotta slow down and look. You're asking for the right of way. You're not necessarily going to get it every time.
Right.
And the light and the sirens sometimes aren't loud. I mean, you just can't hear them.
Especially with music now
Yeah,
and things
right.
that people have.
I had a real severe accident in '99. Totaled my car. I ended up getting a back surgery because of it. And I was running hot, backing up a fellow deputy. There was a gun call. They had a gun pointed. And
Go ahead.
I'll be 35 from that stop. The vehicle was pulling out of Dunning. This late tonight, I was just making sure that everything was okay.
yeah, so we were checking on Dunning again.
You're cleared from the 307.
And the car, I was going down 209 is before they widened it at the board of DD, and the car pulled over for me and then turned left in front of me as I was passing it. But luckily he wasn't hurt. I only had to get a back surgery.
Yeah.
But we both lived. So I mean, running hot isn't no joke. You got to take it seriously.
Everybody thinks it's the.
Oh my, it's scary.
Yeah.
You get tunnel vision, and it's got to really. One thing Peanut told me, my boss that hired me. He said you got to get there. What he meant was, if you're running hot, you're not doing anybody any good if you wreck.
Right. Yeah.
And you got to get there in order to help. So if you have to slow down a little bit to get there, then that's what you do.
Maybe a dumb question, but
There's no dumb question.
are your our deputies, are they on call if they take their vehicles home? Then
Yeah.
how's that? I mean,
Yes. So they're. I mean, of course, they're able
Go
to.
ahead.
They're not a call.
John Edward Queen 6373. John Edward Queen 6373.
So when they take their cars home, the benefit to that is they can start right at shift.
right.
If we need them and they're able to respond, they can. If we do an all call, though, I mean, like the.
Come back. Go on a 2010 Chevy, white in color. Plates are current. Status is valid, age 38.
Like the SRT, SWAT, the Special Response Team is what we call ours.
Okay.
Otherwise known as SWAT. That's what a lot of people know. We have, 12 teammates on that about. Is that right, Steve? You're on it. 12 of them?
Yeah.
So we have 12 people on that team.
All from Guernsey County?
Oh, yeah.
Sheriff?
All from our office.
Okay.
Yep. And, let's just say they had a beer or two at night. Well, now they can't come in.
Right.
So that's why you have 12 people.
Because they have lives too.
Yeah, they have lives too. They're normal people.
Okay. As you brought up that, how about like the raids? There's the drug task force or the drug. Is it
Yes.
code?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
There's a code task force
Yeah.
that we're involved with, which is I think there's 6 counties involved with that, several cities. So the code task force, we're with Cambridge and us and a patrol in our county, but along with that there's other counties involved in other cities. So we work hand in hand with Cambridge, share information, work out of the same hub. It's not a location that's either at the police department nor at the sheriff's office. It's at a different location. So we work on that, but we are also part of another task force. It's called the bulk task force. We have another deputy involved in that, where the governor wanted us involved in that because of our interstates. And what that task force does, it goes after, right here was my accident. What that task force does is goes after bulk, like at the hotels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're really involved with big quantities.
Yeah, not just a
Yes.
casual user.
No, yes, right. Yep. It's very valuable for Guernsey County to be involved in that, because that's a funded position, almost 100%. County does have to pay some of it, but they want our.
So we benefit from that. We're able to get extra.
Exactly. And they want us involved with it because of our 2 large interstates.
And then still like work with like BCI. And
Oh yeah, BCI. I mean, we work a lot with BCI. It's just their specialized unit. We don't get unfortunately, knock on wood, like murders and stuff like that, it doesn't happen very often.
Right.
So they're specialized and they can take care of the crime scenes. We'll do the investigation, and just like, you know, crashes, for instance, you know, just State Highway Patrol's the experts at that. They do it. They do them all the time. And if they're willing to help us handle a crash, and then vice versa, we'll help them with a domestic or something that they have a rest area or whatnot. So we work well together. Up to something.
How many times do people alter their driving when you?
Oh yeah, big time.
Still.
Yeah.
I know. I get
John
nervous even though I'm not doing it.
9901, John Mary Robert 9901. I'll be out with that vehicle, Pioneer Street, beside stop 9.
Here comes 7 Toyota white and color. Major current status is valid H20.
One Guernsey will be out with you.
Go ahead, one.
I'll be out with you.
2314.
Bad location. My rear end sticking out, Steve.
I think they can see your lights. Slow them down.
I'll do that. They can see them then.
Steve, how do your shifts work?
I work Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have a 7 a.m. to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7, and then we have a 8 to 4, 4 to midnight to 8.
So you actually work back in the call center?
Yes.
And then when do you have office time too, or just?
When we have 3 dispatchers and we're not busy,
Then you can slip
on videos.
Slip away.
But most of that's just in my off time.
Yeah. You still shooting?
Yep. We shoot to Highland
27 Guernsey, I got 2 lines for you.
What's that?
Shoot to Highland Police
Go ahead.
Games this year and possibly the United States Championship.
First one is going to be Victor Boy 745813. Victor Boy 745813. Break.
Go ahead.
Second one's going to be Union George 112398. Union George 112398.
First one comes.
Clear.
off the ride again. This is actually a quiet, boring night for you.
That's all right.
Here, I'll be out here, Whitaker Avenue. Vehicle with the 4-ways on. It's gonna be in front of the house. We're gonna answer that suicidal male.
What, clear me? Okay.
27 Gurney.
Go ahead.
Myself and one will be 35. Warning, white male equipment.
2317. Valid negative.
36 Guernsey.
What's it
Everything.
mean equipment?
Go ahead.
He had equipment violation. He had a headlight out. So that's a PC.
2317.
Probable cause to stop it. You know, you might think we're picking on somebody, but I would want to know if my headlight was out.
Yeah.
And he just gave him a warning and on his way. Have nothing to worry about if you're a valid driver.
Yeah. I know my daughter's license plate light was out one
Yep.
time. I pulled over and she panicked and it's
Yes.
like, she goes, I wasn't doing anything. I said, they're not after you. They just want to let you know so that
Yeah.
you can get her fixed.
And I won't lie. I mean,
And you don't see it.
No.
You can't see your back. You probably should inspect it every so often, but not
well, I mean, if everything's right, I mean, hey, I get nervous when I see it. If I'm on the interstate and a trooper pulls up behind me and I'm going, 70s at speed limit. If I'm going 74 or 75, I'm thinking, oh man, it's just natural to get a little nervous.
Yeah.
See, I mean, he's a canine unit, and he didn't get his dog out and running around the car.
Right.
You don't do it every time. You don't do it just to harass. You do it if you have some suspicion. That dog right there, Ace, is a animal. He's like the Michael Jordan, our era. Michael Jordan, or for the new era, LeBron James of dogs.
Yeah.
He's a really good one. So the guys are running some traffic in Byesville.
Signal 7.
Go ahead.
Henry Zebra Williams 6313. Henry Zebra Williams 6313.
Silent. 98 Honda, black color, plates are current, status is valid, age 24.
You're clear.
We got interdiction nights too, JP, that you can come out on. Or we look.
JP, that's King Ace.
Oh. Dang, he looks brutal. I wouldn't want to get with him. What kind of training do they have to go through?
They have, the dog is trained. They have to learn what the dog knows. Yeah. So we just bought, and Ace right there was like $15,000. They're not cheap, but they're worth their weight in gold. It's just another partner for our guys.
do they have to do training, I guess, throughout the year?
Oh yeah.
So they keep them
Yep.
fresh and
Yep, you got documented training that they do, 16 hours a month, and of course, you know, they train more than that. They take the dogs home with them. We supply all the food, pay all the medical bills. Actually, we have people donate the food.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So, yep, and it's a good group of people, businesses and stuff. Colgate's involved in it.
What kind of training do your officers have to do? Do they? I mean, not just the K9, but just regular officers. Do they have to?
Yeah, matter of fact, the state just mandated, because the state will mandate training. For us, personally, I make our guys go, I believe I set it about 21 hours a year that they have to take some kind of a refresher, new classes or whatnot, so they have to get 21 hours of education. But the state just mandated 24 hours that we have to take, and they have it's certain classes that we have to take that the state wants us to pick up on. So what happens when they mandate is they got to supply the funding for it, because smaller agencies just can't afford it.
Right.
But yeah, so if they don't take the 24 hours of class, then they're not licensed. And we qualify every year with our handguns. We carry rifles, we carry shotguns.
So like the SWAT.
They train.
Is that a voluntary thing?
Yes, it's a voluntary thing. You have to qualify to be on the team. There's several things. There's a PT test you got to do to be on it. Shooting, you got to be proficient at shooting. Steve's on it. He's a medic on it. So it's just not anybody can just get on the team. It's got to, you know, and thank God we have people that want to do it.
Yeah.
You guys already checked this one?
Is that more training on top of
It is
normal training?
Yep, we send them through more schooling, and then they train every month, a minimum amount of hours every month. And the biggest cost for me on that is the ammunition.
Yeah.
Because they got to train with ammunition, and then, man, the price of ammunition is outrageous.
And you have like suppliers and stuff for those types of things. Like, is it state
bids?
Yeah,
State bids. We hope to go through. Now there's state bids on cruisers and stuff like that, so we can get, you know, a cruiser would cost me, with after we equip it all and buy it, is about $60,000. But if you got to think $60,000, and I have 30 guys taking cars.
114 Cambridge will be signal D.
As far as detectives,
yeah.
You're clear.
Of course, it doesn't cost as much for a detective car, but
Nothing's cheap anymore.
no, my goodness. You know, and we're the biggest budget item for the county. I mean, we're open 24/7. We house a jail. We have a jail, and we're not cheap.
And not a revenue maker.
No, no, we're not a revenue maker.
You guys radar at all?
Yes, our guys have radar.
Yeah.
We're switching to lasers though.
All right.
It's just easier and cheaper for me for a cruiser. And you know, the radars in the cars cost a lot more to set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my K9 cars will, you know, they got to have radars or lasers, because they're the, you know, they got to stop cars running dogs. Just not busy tonight, man.
Like I said, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but
Carpenter will probably get all the action.
I will guarantee you that when we do a raid, you'll go. We do more in the summer, don't we, Steve?
Oh yeah.
Seems like it falls in the summer.
Slows down considerably in the winter time.
night shift pickup as like bars start to close and that kind of stuff, or not?
But you know what? There's not many bars anymore.
Yeah, like
you know,
it used to be.
DTA. I mean, that's pretty much the only one, right, Steve? That closes. I mean, at 2 o'clock.
As far as bars,
Yeah.
I think
Well, we got the Buffalo one.
you have. Yeah, as far as bars, I can't think of any other one.
I'm telling you, when
Buffalo,
yeah,
downtown arena.
when and you know, I don't consider 28 years ago too long ago.
Right. No, but
I'm telling you, there were so many more. And then
bars
prior,
and churches.
yeah, bars and churches and gas stations.
Yep.
And banks.
Yep.
I think people just, a lot of times, just stay home anymore.
Yeah.
It's not worth the risk. And you know, since you don't have to have a front plate on your car anymore in Ohio, which, you know, for me, I have a car that I really didn't want to put a front plate on, so
Right.
it's nice, but it's bad for law enforcement, because when you pass a car, you catch their plate number,
You have to.
and if you need to read it, or if you need to run it, you can.
Now you have to be behind them.
Yeah, now you have to get behind it.
One of your worst part of your jobs has to be accidents, I would think.
You know, yes, it is. I tell you, the cases that haunt me. So a little history about me. I started in jail, made it to the road. I did some dispatching with some injuries that I had. Made it to a detective, made it to sergeant detective, then captain, and then now sheriff. So I've investigated a lot of stuff, a lot of crimes, a lot of, unfortunately, murders and stuff like that. But the things that stick with me the most that are the kid crimes and the kid accidents and stuff like that. You know, they're innocent.
Yeah.
I mean, the other ones are bad too, but when you hurt a kid, and then you got to interview the person who hurt the kid, and you got to get a confession. So it haunts you.
Are those the type of cases like the detectives cover?
Yep. I've covered a lot of kid cases, and when I say kid cases, I mean, I just don't want to go into what they are. I mean,
Right.
but
No, I got you.
as a layperson, you can understand what I'm saying. But, you know, crimes against kids, and unfortunate, you know, I've seen a lot of stuff, and it's not bragging, believe me, but accidents is terribly bad, because, I mean, a lot of times when people have four-wheel drives, they think they can go as fast as they want in snow and rain, and yeah, and that doesn't pan out.
It's a false sense of security.
Absolutely.
Are all your vehicles SUVs?
You know, we're just about switched out to all of them being SUVs. I went to them for a couple different reasons. Because of the county roads, more
That's what I was
durable.
gonna say, getting around.
Yeah, and you know, one of the biggest things is getting in and out of a car, because when you get down in and out of a car and not an SUV, so you can slide in and out of an SUV, which is less harsh on your back. But when you got to get down in a car, out of a car, down in it, I mean, it's hard on you. So the durability, it's better for my deputies. Overall, it's just a safer vehicle, and all-wheel drive.
Right. Well, that's what I was thinking. Is getting in and out of some of these places
Yeah, I'm telling
would be
you.
tough in a vehicle, in a car.
I used to have Crown Vics, man.
31 Guernsey, signal 7.
Back wheel drive, that's all you had.
Paul King, Paul 8208. Paul King, Paul 8208.
Into a 2011 Ford truck, gray in color, plates are correct. Status is valid, H53, has an active CCW.
So when you hear them say active CCW, that's what we do at the office. We have, you get your CCWs through us, concealed carry.
You're clear, stand by for location, traffic stop.
Clear.
It's called 11A on our code system.
If you don't have a CCW, you can still transport them.
You can transport, but the gun and the ammo have to be separate, and it can't be what's called the lunge rule, to where you can lunge, reach, and get the ammo.
Southbound 77 up to 37 exit.
So
You're clear, 2333.
the best thing is if you're going to transport a weapon, put it in your trunk, unloaded.
Yeah. How can it be in a bag that has ammo in it? It just can't be.
No,
It's got to
the
be.
gun has to be separate from the ammo.
Okay. That's for my own knowledge, by the way.
Yeah. But we have open carry in Ohio, okay?
Right.
But you can't carry in a car. If you have your CCW, you can.
Right.
But there's things you have to tell the officer when he walks up to the car.
I want to get my CCW. I just haven't.
I encourage everybody to get a CCW.
Now, one time did I read that they were talking about doing away with CCW?
You have read that. It hasn't made it through legislation as
Good.
far as, I don't know the exact ins and outs of it, but it hasn't made it through yet.
I just think for the safety purposes.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not trying to be, I don't want to get political.
No.
But I think, I think people have the right to carry, but you should be schooled and, and be well versed in how to do it properly.
I'm a huge Second Amendment guy. I believe in it all the way. But, the bad guys can get guns whenever they want.
And they're going to get them whether you take them from them or not.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the gun. The gun can lay there, and it's the person behind it's going to shoot.
It's like a car and drunk driving.
Yes, exactly.
Union Frank 111080. Union Frank 111080.
Status is valid, H24, also has an active CCW.
Clear.
Let's see what that does for the officer coming up to it. That person has went through the class to get a CCW.
Yeah.
It makes you feel a little bit more at ease walking up to that car and it keeps you on alert. But if they're doing this and they look over at you and say, I have a CCW, then pretty legit.
Yep. Because otherwise you don't know what you're walking up.
No, you don't.
That would be scary. I mean,
that's the unknown.
That would be.
And as soon as you get comfortable with walking up on a car, that's when it's going to happen. So you got to always be on high alert.
31 Guernsey.
Go ahead.
3-5 warning, white female.
2335.
Juby?
Yep.
It's dead.
Yeah, it's a quiet night.
Let's go up on the hill real quick and then we'll call it a night. Sometimes we can catch people up here on Marietta Hill. As long as it's not slick with ice.
Up by Bob Willis.
Now, for second shift, this is really unusual because second shift is usually our busiest shift.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It just comes and goes though.
Well, like I said, it sucks for me, but it's good for business. I mean, it's good that you don't have to mess with it.
Right.
A quiet night's got to be a good night.
Yeah. Maybe we won't check it.
Say, that doesn't look good.
Oh, they got all kinds of gravel. guys out when I would rather be out here than behind that desk. What nice thing about my phone is that I have all my email hooked up to it. The office, I'm not going up there. The office, if there's anybody up there, they're crazy.
Yeah.
The office, the office phone calls and stuff.
Yeah.
Go to that too. I think I want to drop down in it.
This gravel has to be fresh.
It is, yep.
No, we went to camp with you guys. That's when I met Jack Bundy and Pete
Yes,
Bowman.
Camp Robin Haven.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I kind of enjoyed that because I knew all those guys going into
What?
middle
Yeah, that was
junior high.
awesome because I went to Lincoln K through 4, and then 5th and 6th at Garfield. So I had a good amount of people that I knew,
Yeah.
and then I just met more good people. And I'm telling you what, we had a blast.
Yeah. I miss those neighborhood schools. You know, I mean, I know times change and they're not economical, but
I know.
But there was something about neighborhood school. You just
It was cool. I mean, I never wrestled, but remember when all the schools wrestled against each other, and it's how you build programs.
yeah. Well, we talked about that with kids earlier. Like, remember going to the Y and we played basketball at the Y all the time. I mean,
that was
the
hangout.
courts. I mean, it was
the
like
courts. Jeez,
the old courts.
Yeah.
We didn't have the new courts.
No.
Until we got a little older. But
yeah, good days, man.
dating ourselves again, shoot.
Sorry, JP.
You're good. No, I enjoyed it. I had fun.
This happens a lot when people ride, though.
I had fun. I appreciate you.
We'll get you back on another one.
Appreciate you guys thinking of me.